guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. Today we will be creating a simple pink sparkly polygel set. Make sure that you check the description down below for a list of all the products used in this video, and let's get started. I have a tiny bit of leftover gel around the cuticle area from my last set, so to get rid of it, I like to use a needle bit at 3000 RPM and gently lift it up off of my nails. After I get rid of most of the gel, I'll then go ahead and push up the proximal fold to reveal my cuticle even better. I'm then switching to a ball bit and gently going around the cuticle area twice at a speed of 3000 RPM to get rid of that sticky cuticle on my nail plate. This step is optional, but I like to nip off any excess skin that's sticking out. This won't increase retention, I simply just do it for aesthetic purposes. After the cuticle area is prepped, I'll then switch to a mandrel bit with a 180 grit sanding band, and at a speed of 3000 RPM, I'm buffing the entire surface of my nail plate very gently to get rid of all the shine. To cleanse the nails from oils and impurities, I'll spray a good amount of isopropyl alcohol onto my nails and then wipe off all the dust, debris, and oils with a lint-free wipe. It's time to size out the tips and make sure each one fits from sidewall to sidewall. I'm using half cover stiletto nail tips today. I will try to have them linked down below for you guys. To glue these tips down onto my free edge, I'm using the Olive and June press-on nail glue and holding it in place for about 10 seconds or until it's completely dry. I'm going to trim these down as I'm going to go for a medium length today, and to keep that almond shape, I'm also going to clip the edges like so, and file the shape to perfection. With a 180 grit sanding band, I'm going to blend the tips into my natural nails at a speed of 5000 RPM. Then I like to rough up the surface of my tips so that the polygel can adhere better. I'm going to cleanse my nails again with 99% isopropyl alcohol to get rid of any oils and dust on the nail plate. This will also act as my dehydrator at the same time. I'm also going to apply primer. I'm using my go-to, which is the Young Nails Protein Bond. Next step is to apply base coat. I'll be using this one from Glam. The base coat is so important and you only need a thin coat of it. I like to apply it on both the natural nails and the false tips for maximum retention. If you happen to accidentally get any gel on your skin, make sure that you wipe it off with some acetone before curing it for 60 seconds. As my base, I'll be using this polygel from a cart in the shade Cheeky. My slip solution is also from a cart, but 99% isopropyl alcohol works just as well to mold the polygel. Start by patting down the gel onto the nail. Once the gel is dispersed, I'll then start to pat the edges in, making sure that the entire tip is covered by the polygel. To maintain a nice shape throughout application, you want to make sure that you're angling your brush correctly and using the right amount of pressure. I like to use the 2-bead method, so I'm leaving a gap at the bottom and focusing on molding the gel over the nail plate and up to the free edge. Before you cure this, make sure that you lay down and blend the gel into the natural nail. That way the second bead that you place will lay down more easily. Then once I'm satisfied with the shape, I'll I'll then gently swipe the excess polygel off and remove it. Once you've done all these steps, cure for 60 seconds and place the second bead on the nail plate and push the bead towards the cuticle. This is going to be your cuticle bead. I'm patting the gel flat and dispersing it from side to side since my thumb has more surface area to cover, and then I'm sort of tucking in the gel near the cuticle and then blending the rest of the excess gel down. It's so much easier for me to build a nice apex using the 2-bead method, so I would highly recommend that to others, especially if you're new at polygel nails. And just before curing, I like to swipe a clean brush on the cuticle area so that none of the gel is touching or overlapping onto my skin. Feel free to do this to the sidewalls as well if needed. With one nail down, we have 4 more to go, so I will speed up the footage. Your polygel may be sticky, and that's okay. It doesn't mean it's not cured. This is actually called the inhibition layer, and to remove it, all you need to do is wipe it off with some rubbing alcohol or some acetone. Now let's get into shaping. I'll be using my e-file and a 180 grit sanding band at a speed of 15,000 RPM to smooth out any lumps and bumps from my application. I find that it's best to move the sanding band back and forth over the entire surface to create the best shape. I'm switching to my large barrel top bit now and lowering the speed to 6,000 RPM to seal the cuticle and make it flush with the nail. This is super important to avoid lifting. If you're new to using an e-file, I wouldn't really recommend using this bit that I'm using around the cuticle area, as it can be quite easy to accidentally nick your skin. Alternatively, you can try using a safety bit, which has a more rounded top and it'll get the job done just as well. I'm also going to take a little bit more product off near the cuticle area to better form my apex. I'm switching to my hand file now to better perfect the shape using the 180 grit side, which is the finer grit. To get rid of all the scratches from filing, you'll need to buff the surface with a fine grit buffing block, preferably a 240 grit just like this one. After I finish filing and buffing, I always go and wash my hands with soap and water, then I come back and scrub my nails with some rubbing alcohol and a brush to get rid of any oils before applying my polishes. I'll be using this gorgeous sheer pink gold glitter infused polish from Madame Glam in the shade Her Strength to all of my nails. It's such a beautiful I'm going to create little stars on my middle nail by dotting it diagonally and then swiping the gel from the center outwards. My trick to painting a beautiful star each time is to add a little extra dot of white polish after creating the two lines going vertically. That way you'll have enough polish in the center to finish the lines going horizontally. I added one star on the top left and one on the bottom right. I'm going to do the opposite for my thumb, and I'm placing my first star on the top right and then my lower star on the bottom left. Adding charms to the set feels like a must, so I'll be needing the Macart rhinestone glue to help me out and make sure that these charms are not going anywhere. I have a couple of big charms that I'll need to place down first, and once it's centered, I'll flash cure it in place for 20 seconds. If you want your charms to last long and have less trouble getting caught on things, you may want to use some more rhinestone glue around your charms to sort of fill in the gaps. I'll also use mini charms as well, and I have these really pretty hollow pearls and pink flower charms. I made a big mistake here thinking I could do both of these fingers at the same time, but that was just definitely not the case. However, I chose to show you guys the entire process either way so that maybe you guys can learn from my mistake. But anywho, I decided to do a sort of pearlescent French with the hollow pearl in the middle and a few pink flowers gently integrated into the design. The reason why it was so hard to do both of these nails at the same time was because the rhinestone glue and the top coat together made the surface so slippery. I was struggling to keep it in place. I had to constantly fidget around the pearls and adjust them, and I ended up flash curing them in place before it started to move again. And the UV light did make contact with my pointer finger and cured the gel in place, which means that the pearl was off center, so I had to just take off the pearl, buff the nail, and wipe the dust off with alcohol before trying it again. But it's okay because I got another idea for that nail during the process. Instead of the hollow pearl in the center of the French on my pointer finger, I wanted to make it a little bit different and decided to add a little heart charm, and I think it's so adorable, and it sort of ended up being like a happy head and I place the little pearls in the middle of the flowers to complete the pearl French design on my ring finger. I haven't completely cured my nails yet. I've only been flash curing because I want to add top coat to my other 3 nails and cure them all together in my lamp for 60 seconds. I'm using the Koopa gel top coat and adding a thin layer around these big charms to lock in my design and make my nails super shiny.